a lot of these narratives, whether it's intersectionality or these structures of oppression, all this stuff, they don't actually have any logical or reasonable underpinning. And so the only way you can defend them, is by shutting down people who don't agree with you. Because if you have a reasonable, rational argument, their views crumble like a house of cards. Because they're not built on anything. They're built on fallacious logic and just assertions without any basis in fact. So that's why I think now the left, the radical left, not all of the left, but the radical left, have come to this place where they have to shut down and label and smear anyone who doesn't agree with them, because their ideas are not based on anything. It boggles my mind that we are now in a position, John, that freedom of speech, which is a fundamental cornerstone of Western civilization, has become a conservative value. That is an absolutely insane position to me, as someone who came from a society where freedom of speech did not exist. And when I came here, my parents essentially sacrificed their life savings to get me here, right? They didn't move over. They sent me to boarding school here with the only money that they had. The reason they did that is so that I could be in a free society. And to think that that happened, and now this fundamental principle of this country is a marginal issue that supposedly is right-wing at best, it boggles the mind.
In the past, it's usually been the left that has seen the value of free speech, because the current debate would have you believe that free speech is, just something that conservatives believe in so they can belt up on everybody else. But in the past, those who felt oppressed understood how important it was to them so that they could have their grievances heard.
Well, even if you go back as far as slavery in America, the slaves who were protesting about their condition were demanding freedom of speech in order to be able to argue for their liberation. It's a fundamental principle, as I say.
So the language, we know it. The most innocuous remarks about somebody else can be painted as bigotry, as hatred, the doozy of them all, racist, but it's used as a weapon against people who simply want to discuss differences.
And it debases language. We had Lionel Shriver on my YouTube show called Trigonometry recently, and one of the points that she made is the word racist has been used so much and so inappropriately. That is why we now use terms like white supremacist. Because being a racist is no longer enough. You have to take it up a notch.
Right.
And that's why the word of white supremacy has come back. And the point that she made, which I thought was brilliant, was that, in her childhood, white supremacists were people that if you walked up to them and you said, "Are you a white supremacist?" they'd be like, "Hell yeah!" Right? That was what a white supremacist looked like.
Yeah.
Now it's these people who are undercover and pretend they're not, apparently. This is what we're being told.